Hey guys, Minecraft World, which I've been working on for about 5 months, on and off. I'm not put a lot of time in it, that's to say. This is my world, this is the world spawn of the world. World spawn. World was originally created in 1.3.1 on April 9th, 2025. This sign here is wrong. I'm not entirely sure on the exact date. It definitely was not April. It's probably a month or two after that. I'm not entirely sure. I should definitely look and try and figure out when I actually did that, because that sign was wrong. It was the 11th of June, something like that, when I updated to 1.6.4 in order to get the extra customization options like carpets, horses, general things. Quality of life a lot easier when I'm building on this world. Now, there's not really much to show off here, apart from this sapling of a birch sapling, which has been here for like a few months now. It's just not grown since I'd barely ever visit here. The only thing that I've ever built here were these dirt towers to try and show off where I was, because I used this island as a spearhead when exploring over there in the ocean, where I found things like jungle, stuff like that. And oh yeah, that, because that's where I originally thought the spawn was. Turns out it's just, yeah, I thought it was just a single point. We're going to just keep that there as a monument, pretty much. We're just going to keep it there as a monument. I originally sailed to this island on a boat, but the boat broke. Yeah, the boat broke, so I'm going to actually have to swim there, which is going to be annoying. Very annoying, but it's just what I'm going to have to do. So I'll cut to, so I'm going to cut to when I'm over there, so I can show you the rest of my builds, because you can sort of see what I've built. You can see that, I think my base generally over there. So we've now made it to the mainland. I need to go over some things generally about this world. This world itself isn't fully legitimate. I have used cheats on it once or twice in order to get some gear back and teleport to a place where I died really deep down in a cave. Because basically, I would have probably quit the world. I would have probably quit the world if I didn't do that, because I just wouldn't have had the motivation to continue, all things considered. But the only thing I can promise you is that I have only ever used cheats to recover progress and items, which I lost. So now we're at the base. You can see the seawall I'd built here. Supposed to be like a world building thing. It serves no practical use apart from maybe extending that land I can build on there, because that used to be all beach through there. And it is supposed to be sort of like a port eventually for my area. If you see over there, I don't think you can see it here. Yeah, you can see it there now. Got some TNT in order to blow open that area. Possibly blow open. Eventually get rid of that area in order to connect this properly to the ocean. So you can so it's first of all a lot easier for me to use boats to move around. And it's also just visually looks better. Now, most builds in this world are not really finished. It's all really in progress still, because I've done some really big builds, and the way I build, generally speaking, is I work on one project and then I do another. 22nd June the Seawall was created. I work on one project and then I move on to another. I start getting bored of said project and slowly bounce around. I think I'm going to go to bed first. Skip the night because my area isn't fully mob proofed. Hey guys, it's day now. I'm right in front of my base and I'm going to show off. So the first thing I'm going to be showing off is my starter house. Mackles' hut started on the 9th of April 2025, the date the world was created. It was completed on the 9th of April 2025. As you can see, this is an incredibly complex build. a lot of effort was put into detailing it, from this rose right here to even the torch. It's one of the greatest builds I've created, and there's a reason to stand still, because it is the best build I've ever done. Go inside, you have a furnace, you have a crafting table, and a bed. This bed right here isn't the original bed, it's a remade one, to remake what it was like inside the hut originally. Because when I started building my base, I had just taken the old bed and put it in my base to be used, so it's just a recreation. Then you've got my mine here. I'm not going to show you off in detail, I'm just going to show you a quick glance. Originally it was more of a square mine where I just dug down like that, and eventually moved away from it. I've got a cobblestone generator here, but I don't really use it. Because generally speaking it's just kind of boring just standing there mining away. My dog's here because there's a weird bug in this version of the game where your dogs will randomly teleport to you when they're sat down. Down there is my strip mine, where I found a decent amount of diamonds. I'm not going to show you down there because, from just talking about this quickly, it's just a ravine down there and then more strip mines. This isn't a recent build, but this is a sugarcane farm because I needed paper. It's not going to be a permanent sugarcane farm, it's just there because I needed it there. So this is my base. Started 9th of April 2025. It's the exact same day that base over there was built. I'd only built that place for my first night, and as a place to rest while I was playing the game. This, as you can tell, is probably one of my most completed areas. I'm quite proud of what I've built here. I've experimented a ton and I've improved a ton from what this place used to be when I first made it. And it's still not in its perfect state. I've added a lot more details. These are like little picnic benches under here, because I thought, why would you have this overhang if it's not going to get used for anything? So I put these picnic benches. So since I live in this house, I could have some nice meal. You got these walls here. I was speaking just to neaten the transition between these hills here. Because where I built my base, it wasn't always just sat in the terrain like this. Originally it was a smaller build, which was just the main hall. Originally. So it fit into terrain a lot better, with minimal terraforming. But now I've had to terraform quite a bit, so I've had to sort of make a more orderly atmosphere on the map. Of course, it's not perfect, right? It really isn't perfect. Bridge. This is a bridge design I'm actually quite proud of, to be honest. Got my dogs. I started May to June 2025, around that time period. But I'm very proud of this bridge. I think it does a really good job. And I even added this nice little river here, flowing up from my reservoir. Sort of justify this bridge being here. This lake's purely natural here, apart from me making it a bit deeper. And I just decided to add this little stream flowing down to justify it more and add a bit nice scenery to the area. This should just be ignored. It is going to get demolished soon. It's just an old horse stable I was messing around with designs for, and I was not happy with them at all. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Fountain, 17th of June 2025. Yeah, this fountain is also probably going to get demolished because my plans for this area here have changed quite a bit. Like this area here is going to get flattened into a nice front garden with statues and stuff. I'm still going to have fountains, but this isn't where the fountains are actually going to be placed. Fountains are more going to be placed like across there. You can see sort of where I've been flattening up to that point back there. I just need to get rid of those hills and sort of ease the terrain's transition. to be a lot softer. Now that's pretty much all I've shown. Oh yeah, this the map of my general area. It's not a recent map at all. Just to let you know. It's an older map. And on this version, they didn't actually have conjoined maps yet. I didn't actually know. It's one of those things in the game which you just assumed was always there because everybody uses it. But it's not. Take you through the front entrance into my base, and we're going to go around the bottom floor, second floor and third floor, and then basement, loop that down into the basement. So this is the little entrance area. This was the area which still is my workshop. It's just got a bunch of gear, crafting tables, gear, furnace and gear. But generally speaking, it's just a really convenient area to have this sort of area. It's right as you enter and right as you leave. It's probably an area that might get moved eventually, as the base slowly gets more and more finished, for the sake of transition in the base, because aesthetically it makes no sense for you to have a workshop in the front entrance. This is just the area. Hallways. There are service stairs, which basically are just the most convenient way to get up and down, because the grand staircase isn't very convenient to use and it's more of an aesthetic thing. But it also massively helps you if you're just moving around. It's useful to have stairs in various parts of the base. Now this is the grand atrium. This area is an area I'm very proud of. It's probably my most finished area, all things considered, apart from floating dirt that I forgot to get rid of, need to get rid of, and ceiling patterns needing to be finished. But all things considered, this is my first furnished area and the area I'm most happy with. I got myself benches, dining tables. I've got myself a nice white and red pattern. Some cakes, so you can sit down, eat some cake. It's like a nature island. A bush, a tree, some grass and flowers and water, and sugarcane. It's quite pleasant really, because I thought, how do I fill this really open space when I was first designing it? I thought, so under my grand skylight, I should have a little nature island to take advantage of the natural sunlight coming in. That window isn't permanent, it's going to be turned into a hallway. Just got general paintings. Design wise, I've gone for spruce for the furniture to separate the furniture from the floor so it doesn't blend together, which I think works quite well. Because when you're walking about, the furniture is quite obvious where it is. It's because of the contrast between the lighter oak and the darker spruce. I'm slowly transitioning to glowstone lights in here. So I thought, if this is a very recently built mansion, from in a universe perspective, it makes sense for you to have a very advanced lighting system, since I have the resources to build these, so why not build them? It makes sense from a world building perspective, why use torches over these nice overhead lights? And then you got the left wing over here with the grand library, study and the kitchen. This area here is probably going to be turned into the kitchen. It's supposed to be guest bedrooms originally, but it doesn't really make sense anymore because of general design decisions that have been made. Creeper blew up there, still not filled it, but furnaces. Might as well show where the grand library is going to be while I'm here. This room here is going to be the grand library when it's finished. It's been designed around having these windows here, so certain times of day you have sunlight coming nice in. It'll be coming in through these windows. Really nice, and you've got this island, which is going to be the general study area, while you've got lines of bookshelves, row and row. You have a little corner there with a fireplace, some chairs around it where you can read and relax, and I'm going to be moving my enchanting zone into that corner there. Speaking about enchanting zone, quite a funny thing is that the enchanting zone was originally supposed to be on the island, but because of the way I designed this room, proportion wise, I literally can't do it properly because it goes up in twos. There's no middle block. I can't actually have it looking right, so I've made some design changes and not to have to tear down my base because I don't want to do that to fix a minor issue. So let's move on to my grand staircase. This is the grand staircase. It's not really completely finished, but I'm really happy with how those glowstone lights have gone. This window here. Not sure about this planter. I think that might be something that gets removed. My horse. My horse is here. Yeah, this horse is pretty good, all things considered. It's trusty. It's nice and fast. It's still not got a place to live. It just wonders my base. Yep. It just wonders my base. It's not got anywhere to go, so it's just safe to have it in here, wondering if it be outside and getting it lost. So we're now moving to the second floor. There's not really anything going on the second floor just yet. There is some stuff over there, but over there isn't really finished at all. Me testing out designs. I'm pretty happy with the designs there. And I'm going to probably replicate them throughout the base. Here's my bedroom. Got my diamond sword, my diamond armor, jukebox, just general resources, a shelf and just a dirt block. Don't know why I put that dirt block there, I think it was an accident. But I got myself some nice plants, got myself a nice little bed frame. And I'm going to put some curtains there, eventually. Got a little balcony area I can go on to chill. Let's move on to my other balcony. This one's a lot more finished. It's got planters there, which are going to have some plants in. It's got a nice little bush plant. And what I'm actually really happy about is how I've done these brick ledges for the windowsills and having these plants there in plant pots. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I think that little bit of red hue adds a massive amount to my main monotone base. Here's an area which I'm still not sure what it's going to be used for. I'm thinking a garden area, like for gardener workers to be working. I've got a garden right here, where you can immediately exit to from there, so it makes sense. You got this nice little dock, the reservoir, set on 8th of June 2025, around then. I do also have a little lily pad parkour course to cross the reservoir more easily, rather than to swim across. I know I just butchered that, but I don't usually do that badly, so sorry. Up here is going to be my study area. This is my temporary enchanting room. It's not finished, but I've used it before on some tools. This is study, enchanting. It's originally intended to be the enchanting area here, but I'm moving it because these windows don't look right outside. And from the forward placing area, that matters a ton. Storage chest here. I do need to make myself a storage area in my base, which I've not actually gotten around to yet. Right, let's move on to the third floor. Third floor is even more barren to the second floor. I definitely need to get to working on that. This is the second guest bedroom. This was the original study when my base was a lot smaller. Like originally, a grand staircase was never there, and the base was cut off right there. Just had that, but the reason I extended it, because when I was designing the base, I thought, why would I have a grand atrium that doesn't really connect anywhere? Like, what is the point? So I've decided to make a bunch of connections around the base and expand it massively. This was the original intended storage area, but it's been decided against because how inconvenient it is to get here. It's just very annoying if you're working on a project and you're just running up and down the stairs constantly to get to where you need it to be. So this is a holdover obsolete area, which probably will never have any uses anymore. Apart from maybe being used to like put any sort of hidden things I need, like redstone or something. Take it to the roof. Now this is my garden area, my roof garden, which is an area which I'm pretty happy with. It's where I get all my food, for my wheat, for my bread. It's not finished either, and it probably is going to eventually be an obsolete area too, because I plan to have fields which can have a far higher yield than up here. It's a very convenient area to go and get some food quickly when running over to go to a field which may have higher yields, but if you need food at the moment, this area is going to be far more convenient. Let's take you guys down to the basement. The basement's the area I think that has the most potential, all things considered. This is what's become a storage area for now, because when I was excavating this area, I had a ton of cobblestone which I needed places to put quickly. This place was a pain to do. But yeah, look at all that cobblestone I've got. Tons and tons of cobblestone from excavating this place. I don't think I need to go mining again for stone for a long time. This whole area was underground and excavated. It's still not decided whether or not I'm going to go deeper. The general plan to this area is going to be like a little hobby area, where I'm going to have fish tanks, terrariums and stuff like that. This is what one of the fish tanks are going to look like. Maybe not. Fish tank's going to look like that. I don't know what I'm going to put in it. There's no fish or anything like that on this version. But I do plan to update this version to a newer version eventually. And, well, I might put a mod on which gives me more mobs. Like animals. Maybe a crocodile would be cool in there. I don't know. I just need to decide. But for now, it's not the biggest issue, because this area probably won't be finished for quite a while. But it's an area which is pretty cool. Now show you my portal room. It's got a redstone door to sort of hide it. Hidden these demonic portals. Because why would you want normal people to think knowing you have a demonic portal in your house? But yeah. Open up. You've got this little stronghold around the portal. Great, 10th of August 2025. Actually, no, quite a while ago now. Wow. I remember being quite recent. And you got, this is the redstone wiring. You got the redstone torch there. When you flick that, it's activated, which passes the signal down there. Gets pushed down there to the other side. And there. Let's show you my Nether base quick. This is the Nether base I'm building. It's supposed to be like a little science lab. It's supposed to protect the portal too. Nether rail. 10th of August 2025. Portal room 10th of August 2025. This is my Nether rail I'm building to quickly navigate through the Nether. I accidentally sent my minecart off the other day. Might as well show you. A funny story about my Nether portal actually. So originally, I had another portal over there, which connected to a portal I put in the forest, and when it came around to putting a portal on my base, basically, it just teleported me to the wrong portal, constantly. So I had to go and destroy the old portals and do a bunch of math to find out where in the Nether I actually was, and build a new portal to get to where I need to be. Show off my Nether rail. It's not finished, but it's pretty nifty. Quite a fast way to get around the Nether. That's the end of the journey. I want to show you my old base, but I think there's ghasts. No, there's no ghast. That's good. Show you my old Nether base. This is my old little Nether area. Chests, reinforced door. All things considered, this was temporary for the exploration. But you're back in the overworld. Close that off. Actually, I have a pretty funny story. I've actually put fence gates there so I can just open them and just let myself drop down. Because it's so much faster than going down the stairs. They hurt me a bit, but to hurt a little to get somewhere, I guess. I don't know. Don't know what's going on down there. This is my animal farm. Started on the 13th of June 2025. Here's all my sheep in the farm. These are my cows. I need to get some more of those. Numbers are lowering because I had to get a bunch of leather. These are my chickens. Trying to have a lot more animals in this farm. This farm isn't even close to being finished. I've not really touched its structure for months. It's not really a priority. I've got all the resources I need for the time being. It feels so small to just walk through, but so many stories I can just tell about this world. Like this tree here. This is a tree I messed up like really early on in the world, and I vowed to never destroy it. It's like, I don't know why, but it's just funky. It's always been there. Now this is something I do really want to show off, and there is a really funny story about this one. There is a story about this one. Chicken cult. Do not enter. Chicken hole. Beware. Shocked face. Well, basically, this reservoir isn't natural. I built this, and this is landscaped walls around it. So the hollow, and basically some chickens wandered in here, and I was just exploring, and an enderman made a hole where these chickens are, and let chickens in, and it was like chickens in there, and I wandered in the hole to go fill it up, and I just laughed. I laughed so hard when I just saw chickens in there, and just thought chicken cult, secret chicken cult. And I've been breeding them every now and then because I want to fill this place with chickens. Now we're coming up on my greenhouse, my tropical greenhouse, which is going to be more of a vivarium, more things considered. I'm going to have like animals in it. Little entrance to the greenhouse there. I'm quite happy with this design. I actually made this today, this little design. Go inside. This is pretty much finished, all the walls are pretty much finished. You've got yourself some little vents over there to exit vent out heat and excess humidity. Some tropical trees here. This pig has always been in here pretty much. It's never left, so I'm just going to leave it here. It's part of the Vivarium. Collected all of these plants and stuff from the jungle, but it's not bad. Pretty much finished. There's a minor issue there where I've built it slightly wrong there, which I need to fix. But it's not the biggest priority at the moment. Originally where this tree farm is, I was going to build a railway station, where the railway station would basically take you to a lot of places on the map. It was going to be a perfect spot, because basically where it is, it's very close to my base, but my resource needs outstrip the need for a railway station, which probably wouldn't have been finished in months. So I built myself a nice little tree farm here, which is pretty much finished, all things considered. Probably a lot more efficient ways to go about this, but this works for me, and it's very easy to make, and it gives you tons of resources in like a minute. I've also started putting slabs above the trees to stop these giant trees forming, which are a pain to harvest. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and any subscriber, any like would be massively beneficial to a growing channel like mine.